Okay, this is a continuation from the brunch with Uncle Nick on Sunday the 27th of June, day 101. So just real quick, so we think that the tent is back at the hotel that we stayed at last night. When we were getting everything out of the room this morning, we were doing it quickly. We had the door open, we checked the room. I have a feeling that the only place it could be would be behind the door. It might have been like set on the floor behind the door. And so therefore the room looked like it was clear, but it wasn't. So Gary's running back there to see if it's there. And we're gonna continue up the trail 7 miles. There's a parking area where he can pull over and hand off the tent. And when he does so, I might hand off one little bag of food that I have that has peanut butter and jelly and tortillas, because I think it weighs like 2 pounds. And my pack is up to 38 pounds again, which is on the heavy side. It's not ideal. We want to do big miles the next few days, and 2 pounds doesn't sound like much, but I don't think I need the peanut butter and jelly and tortillas. I think I have enough other food. Certainly I won't starve to death. So I don't know, it's one of the things I was thinking of. Just try to offload real quick. Save me a couple of pounds. The boys did a good job lightening their loads, but of course they're a little bit more willing to just say, I don't need this, I don't need that. And I've got stuff that I'm carrying.
Are you talking about me?
No.
Oh, what were you talking about? Talking about how I'm 10 pounds, 8 ounces, my base weight.
And so what's your total weight?
21 pounds.
Nice.
Okay, it's 9.8, and my total weight is 20.8.
Nice. So I'm still at 38. Gonna get...
That's crazy.
I know. Alrighty, good news. Dad found the tent. Was hiding behind the door in the room. So we had the door open and thought that the room was cleared, but there was something behind the door. So, lesson learned. So we found the tent. We also found Asher, who got turned around for a few minutes. And we are on our way. Pick up the tent. Drop off some peanut butter and jelly weight. And say goodbye to Dad and continue north. Thank you, God, for sorting this all out. All right. Look at this beautiful field.
0.4.
And
0.4.
I have 4 boys and a tent. So we're back in business on the trail heading north. Obviously not going to get quite as many miles today as we thought, but we are going to keep moving for a little bit here. It's almost 6 p.m. and this is cool. Yeah, it's still hot out.
It was 90 degrees.
Woo!
Mom.
Look at this.
Mom.
Is he haying or something else?
Sheep. Yeah.
There are sheep on the hill.
My favorite.
Neat.
I haven't seen sheep this whole trail.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, he's haying.
I hope we get close to them. Look at that. He already did that field. This is cool.
This is definitely the one that...
I thought we were going to get closer to the sheep, but they're up over there.
Hopefully...
Mosquitoes are crazy.
Yeah, let's keep...
This is fun.
This.
Asher. Woo woo!
Stop.
Ooh, mosquitoes.
Very funny.
Okay, I have to show this tree. We've been walking along. That is a huge tree. But we've been walking along, and Benjamin has pointed out 2 trees, and I didn't stop to take video of them. First one was super cool and had like an abnormal amount of branches that looked interesting. And then the second one Oh my, this is a little steep. Hold on a second. It's a ladder to get. Yeah, I know. My goodness, the mosquitoes are. Woo. You got it? So, the second tree that Benjamin was like, look at this, this is cool, was, okay, pretty little flowers. The second tree had a neat, like a big bump, growthy kind of thing at the bottom of it. And my guess is that when he comes around to that tree that I finally just showed, that he would have pointed that one out too. So I figured I'd record it. This is cool. Some boardwalk here. And back into Tickland. And Mosquito Land. My goodness, the mosquitoes are vicious. All right, this is cool. This is the last battle of Shays' Rebellion was here. February 27th, 1787. So, what do we know about this? Go ahead. Who's going to tell me about it? We're getting eaten alive. So, I'm going to take a picture of this and we'll read it when we're not getting eaten alive. Love those. Oh, getting eaten by this mosquito.
I have found where we are sleeping.
What is it?
No, we're not, Daddy.
That's awesome.
I'm not sleeping here.
That's made out of birch trees. This is super cool. What is it?
I don't know.
So, we're not stopping yet.
No.
But if we were ready to stop, this would be a cool place to sleep. That's ready-made tarp, tent. I wonder what it is for. That's awesome.
Interesting. That's a big.
That's really well made.
That's a
Out of,
big
yeah.
structure.
That's cool, huh, Ash? I like recording when we go by railroads.
They smell like the train just came through. Don't they? What? Like right here.
All right, we're crossing Route 7, and
We got to switch the map.
that's pretty exciting. We're moving on to the next section of trail. Do you know what it is, Asher?
Great Barrington
Which is what in what state?
in Massachusetts to I don't know the other one.
Hanover, New Hampshire.
Hanover, New Hampshire.
Woo! We are crossing the Housatonic. And, oh, we're a little tired and have sore feet. So we're going to set up camp sooner rather than later. Not to mention, we're getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, so we want to get in the tent.
When you say eaten alive,
Okie dokie. It's still bright out. Sun is setting. We just did a major push. It was short, but it was steep. We are like soaking wet with sweat, covered in mosquito bites, and the mosquitoes are vicious. So we are going, our plan here is to go 0.9. There's a road crossing, but I think we're just going to set up our tent. Like near the parking area, near where we head back into the woods. We're going to get ourselves wiped down with some wipes and get in our tent before we get eaten anymore. So that's our plan. Look at this. There's like a, what's that called? Like a smoldering fire? Hot embers. I mean, that's probably not real safe.
No.
It's pretty dry right now. Somebody left this here.
No one said
So-
it, Mom. Because it's just leaves. So it's not like someone put wood on it. I can tell because it's like airy, like paper. What do you think? See, it's
Yeah, I
like
think we should try to get it to settle down and
we
it's not perfect, but we stamped it out and we sprinkled a little bit of water over it, so it's
all the water that we could spare.
yeah, we don't have a ton of water to spare, but we sprinkled a little bit of water on it and stamped it out.
We did
and
a good deed.
we're hoping that it's all set. And our assessment is that perhaps there were some kids like smoking or something there, and the leaves caught on fire. So I don't know if that's what happened or not, but hopefully it's all good now and safe.
You can't,
And we're headed out to a road crossing.
Mom.
Good morning. This is the morning of day 102, I believe. We're tented here, not far from the trail. And the mosquitoes are crazy, and the caterpillars are crazy. Caterpillars are in the trees eating the leaves. And so all night long, it actually, we can see the stuff all over our tent. It actually almost sounds like dripping rain. It sounds like it's drizzling outside because of the caterpillars up in these trees eating stuff and stuff falling to the ground. But it's going to be a hot, but beautiful day today. And we're going to try to get some miles done here in Massachusetts. So, good morning, boys.
Stag.
All right, our campsite is cleaned up. This is the gorge that I had read about. I was imagining that we would be able to go in this gorge, like that this would be running and flowing water. Look at that. It's like a stagnant slime pit. There's a teensy bit of running water right there. We're not drinking out of it, and we certainly didn't go in it. This was supposedly a nice gorge that we were gonna tent next to. Hey. Didn't quite work out that way. But we are on trail. How's the view, boys?
Good, pretty good.
Nice. This is a nice view to start off our day. This is Massachusetts. Okay, so quick thoughts here. We're either out of water or almost out of water, every one of us. And a lot of the water sources are dried up. A couple of water sources coming up that might be running. We definitely need water, so we're hoping those are running. And if they're not running, we're hoping that there have been kind people leaving a water cache. We're hoping there's still some water left at some of these crossings that we're going to come to. Yesterday was crazy hot. Today, I guess there's a heat advisory. So it's only going to get warmer and hotter. And we'll be thankful for water sources today, for sure. All right, we're 3 miles in. The two water sources that we passed were dry. So we're walking down here. Took our packs off and we're walking down side trail to see if there's flowing water or not. From here, we're 1.5 to a road crossing where there could be a water cache, but we don't know. Oh, 0.3 to the water. Here's the shelter. Don't mess around with the book. Let's go see if there's water. Okay, water is another 0.3 away. And the last comment that there was, anything in the bear box?
Mistake.
The last comment there was that it was kind of like a mud puddle. So I don't think we're gonna walk down there. 0.3. Here's the shelter though. That's nice. Has a couple of bunks. So this is a Massachusetts style shelter. Kind of smells, but all right, so I think what we're going to do is throw our packs on. We're going to throw our packs on and go down to the road and put our money on a, we're going to hope for a water cache at the road. So this is a gorge that sometimes has snow, even into the summer, the snow. But I don't know, I don't see any down there. It's called the Ice Gulch, because there's sometimes still ice in the bottom of it, but we didn't notice any. And this is June 28th. Happy birthday, Uncle George. All right, we came down here. We're at a road crossing. There is not a water cache here. There could be a running, flowing stream 0.5 ahead, hopefully.
Yeah.
If not, there's another road, another mile or so after that. Hopefully there's a water cache at that parking area. Yes! Thank you. Thank you, God, for running, flowing, clean water. We're gonna fill up. Yeah, it's super buggy. Super buggy.
Okay, so it's flowing. It's flowing pretty good. We're getting our water from right in there. And just don't look upstream. Just don't look upstream where the frogs are up there. And it's a good water source. We're desperate for water. We need water.
Well, somebody said if there are frogs and things living in it, that can actually be a good sign.
Yeah?
Maybe not frogs, fish. Maybe fish in the water is a good sign.
I think it'd be fish.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, there's our water source.
But then again, that river, they had a sign that said, "Do not drink."
Otis. Huh. Another dry stream bed. And we are going up. Probably doesn't look very steep, but climbing up that. Came out to another road crossing and we're gonna climb up there. 1.2. up to some ledges. And we are going to stop there and have a little lunch break. I need my poles for this climb. So here we go. A few minutes ago we passed a green, sludgy water source, and I said, that's gross. We're not going to use that. Now look at this. That's not brown like dirt and mud. It's like orangey, like contaminated something. You can see it even down here where it's more pooled and running. I can't tell in the camera, but that's pretty orange. So I'm guessing that's some kind of metals or toxic something. It's pretty gross. So fortunately we have water right now, and there's supposed to be a larger flowing water source after the ledges, because this is definitely not very appetizing. Yeah. No, thank you. Oh, you can smell it too. It stinks. We made it here to the ledges. That was a series of short, steep climbs. It was challenging, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
I thought so. I don't know, maybe I'm just super hot. But
That was challenging.
this is pretty. Very pretty. But not a water source that we can go in. So unfortunately we only have our eyes set on a pond that we can go in tonight. I don't know if we can make it there. It's really a push. But we're going to try. Okay, little update. It is, what time is it? 4:20 in the afternoon. It is hot. We're sweaty, gross, and getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. And water sources are scarce, but we've been able to get a little bit here and there. Ben is right with me. He just stopped to get a little bit more water. And other three boys are ahead, hightailing it. I'm sure they're just cruising because Brody came past me. I was like, it is so hot. And he just, I'm sure, wants to be done for the day. So, good news. Bad news. I don't know. We have 10 miles to go. Just under 10 miles to go. Which sounds like a lot right now because I'm so hot. This is pretty. So, back into the woods where we'll be cooler, but the mosquitoes are ferocious. So, anyway. Okay, here we are. Shade is nice, but it's still just so hot and humid. Anyway, 10 miles gets us to a cabin or shelter area where there's a caretaker and there's a pond that we can go in. So that's the push. Last night just felt so gross. We were so hot, sweaty, wet, itchy, and just, It's just a gross way to go to bed. And so tonight, we made this aggressive goal to get to this place because we could swim before we go to bed. And we just passed some section hikers on the trail, and they said the place is awesome. A caretaker actually makes breakfast and stuff. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if we're supposed to have reservations. We will just tent. I don't care as long as I can go in that water. That's all we're looking for. And maybe clean water to fill up our bottles tomorrow before we head out would be awesome. So water to swim in and water to fill our bottles with. And I guess we're a little under 10 miles away from that, which would put us there if we keep moving at a decent pace. Hopefully a little bit before 8 o'clock or by 8 o'clock. And that'd be nice. So, pushing on, moving on, trying to persevere through this heat. Makes no sense to stop because then we're just sitting in the heat. So I guess we may as well keep moving and get to the pond. I was just talking to Ben about how this puts things in perspective. When we're at home, if we want a shower, or we want to go swim in a lake, or we want to go swim in the ocean, just hop in the car and drive to one. Within an hour, we have what we want. So today we're hiking 24 miles to swim in a pond and to get closer to Maine. Nice. We just climbed, I don't know what, either 500 or 1,000 feet. And then we have one more climb. Whichever one we didn't just do, we have another climb coming up. We came off the trail right there, and we need to go back in across this pasture. But I just noticed this stand. And so I'm going to check it out and make sure that they don't have something like cold drink or cold water or something. This is pretty cool of them. Put a picnic table out here. Oh, awesome. We can throw our trash away and get some tap water maybe. Let me put my bag down. All right, we are in a hurry, but we decided they have 3 freeze pops, and we're gonna split a soda. And I think the other boys are coming out the trail. So, see if they want something real quick. Hey guys! 8 miles to go, 8.1 plus 0.5. Here we come up the street, and I'm gonna go over this. Nice. These are steep. Hold on.
Mom, it makes me happy when people only charge $1 for soda instead of $2.
Yeah, it's fair.
Because I mean, they easily could ask for $2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I think we're headed up that because we have another climb coming up. It's got to be one of those up into those mountains there. Okay, we've gotten past the tough pushes up. There were two that were pretty tough. They were steep. And it's getting late, 7:30 almost. We're definitely gonna get there later than we hoped, but we are gonna push on to get there. I think it's our best option for sleeping tonight, and I just cannot imagine going to bed without washing off somehow. So if we can jump in that pond, that'll be awesome. Just need to jump in that pond. We're so hot and sweaty and itchy, and I just can't even imagine trying to go to sleep another night like this. It was so gross last night. So we're gonna push on. I'm hoping we can get there just before it gets dark. All right, so I caught up to the boys, and now they're behind me. And what they're doing is, I'm trying to get ahead a little bit. They're gonna take the tent. They're gonna come running past me at some point here and go ahead to the shelter and talk to the caretaker and find out. So we have like 3 miles to go. Maybe 2.5, but more like 3, because we have to turn off of the AT and take a half-mile spur side trail to get to this cabin in this pond, but that's worth it. So anyway, we have about 3 miles left. We'd like to get there before it gets dark. So the boys are going to go ahead. They're going to talk to the caretaker and find out what the scoop is like. Can we actually stay in the cabin? Or did we need reservations, or does that cost money? Or can we get a tent platform? Or if that's not available, then we just find a spot and set up our tent and walk over to the water and use the pond and stuff like that, which is fine. So they're going to run ahead though, get the scoop so that it's not too late, because I can't go as fast as them. So that's where we're at. It's been a long day, but if we could end this day with a nice cool swim, we will all sleep so much better. So, okay, I can see the water through the trees, so that's exciting. We're coming up on the south end of the pond. Looks like it's a pretty good sized pond. We need to keep hiking to the north end where I believe the cabin is and the beach. But I don't know if you can tell through the trees there, that's water. So I just zipped past a sign, like a monument plaque type thing that Benjamin stopped to read, and he was telling me that apparently this land was owned by the Mohican Club, what'd you say, in the 1800s or early 1900s? 1900s, and then they gave it or donated it to the Appalachian Mountain Club or something like that, so that it could be preserved. So the club wanted the land to be used for what?
To create fond memories and great fellowship.
Nice. So, we're happy to be here. Okay, we made it. It's pretty crowded here. We didn't even go in the cabin because it's late and crowded. The tent sites are crowded. The platforms are taken. We were able to find one tent site, which was really good. And so now we're making our way by headlamp down to the dock, which I hope is also, we're supposed to be going to the beach, you guys. What? We're supposed to go in the water at the beach. Just a dock?
Yeah. You not video me in my underwear?
Okay, so we're gonna jump in this lake and get rinsed off. We're getting eaten alive. So this is gonna be quick and we're gonna get in the tent. Okay, mission accomplished. We all got in there, rinsed our legs and our bug bites off. We don't have any soap and you're not allowed to use it anyway. So now we're gonna make our way back up to our tent and get in, try not to get eaten alive on the way. Okay, good night.